Let's talk about your personality. Now, your personality has been developed over time, mostly in childhood. But whatever your personality is today, is it working? Does it need to be improved? Let's talk about it. There's so many people that just show up automatically aggressive, and that is their personality. Again, we can talk about energy, but that's who they have become. And then there's a lot of people that are insecure and that can't make a decision to even save their soul. Again, let's look at it as your personality today. So, are you pleased with yourself? Can you show up in different areas of your life and be confident, successful? Can you speak your truth? Can you speak your own mind? And if you need help or support, we're starting to understand that this is an area that can be changed, altered, healed, rewritten. What is a strong personality? Confident, successful, able to stand up and show up, that can go toe to toe with anybody. I'm not finding a lot of people that have a well rounded personality. They may be exceptionally good in business, in social, they get awkward. They may be too shy and too timid and too reserved at work. And then they go home and they're overly dominant. Where do I come in with all this? Thank you for asking. We are habits. We are programs. And I've been doing this for over 35 years. I was timid. When it came up to standing up to an adult person, I ran like a little schoolgirl. I closed down like a tight. And then I started meditating. I started practicing. I started learning why I behaved that way. And then I saw the programs that created that was in me. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it one bit. So then I started getting tools. I've got a very large tool belt right now when it helps shifting and changing patterns and stories and energy. And once you start to realize that there is so much more in you that you haven't even experimented with, and then the world starts to get more exciting. Relationships start to get even more intimate. I work with a lot of couples, and the women can be at times so docile. And it's just like, wait a minute, this adult man in his 40s, 50s, 60s, he doesn't want a docile woman. He didn't want a child bride or a child wife. So then they learn to find their voice. They learn to figure out what they want so they can answer questions simply and not just be a yes person. So now just start thinking about your own life, maybe the past 5, 10 years. And are you too much of a yes person? Or do you not even show up to even have that opportunity? One client of mine stayed so distant, she was like the lone wolf. She saw that everybody was in community at work and family, but she felt awkward. She felt like she didn't belong. So opportunities that showed up in that community as far as work, family, she was too disassociated to even get the invite, to even get the opportunity. We traced it back to childhood. Again, do you see that that became her personality? That became how she walked in life, how she positioned herself for success or not for success. Yeah. You're worth so much more. And you can have a richer life, a fuller life when you become more present within yourself and not walking through old programs and old scars and wounds. I know one person, she's aggressive. You look at her and she looks like a trucker. Just flat out looks like a trucker. So that moment, everybody kind of walls up, gears up because she needs to have force, control. She's not able to be fully loved because you've got to have a defense system going on when she's in the room. So what I do is I help people that are pushing love away, but they want it. And they push love away because they're hard, they're cold, they're walled. Why? Because touching their heart hurts. In the past, it hurt. They haven't dropped that story. So I go through in the layers. I start taking all of the past and making sense of it for them, healing it, releasing it, letting them navigate through it so they don't have to be so harsh, so cold, so pulled back. So when somebody comes up and they want to tap their heart, that it's going to be safe for them. And then they can return love back. So take a couple deep breaths. I can get intense. I know this. But I love this work so much. So if you're afraid of love and you're wanting to stay too far away for love and opportunity to show up, let's talk. If you're too dominant and you're too forceful and in people's face, they're going to lean back from you because that isn't love. We should probably have a phone call real quick and real soon. It's not your fault that all of this has accumulated into this personality that you have. But once you start to realize that it's not working, it is your responsibility to shift, to change, to grow. And I will inspire you the whole way. So take a couple deep breaths. Get right with yourself and allow yourself to live in fullness. I'm not taking away anything from you, but we're reducing down what's not going to work. So there's more room to add what will actually work in your adult world and in the life that you want to manifest. And law of attraction is all of this in its finest. So thank you.